So I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how to position yourself as the preferred candidate for your dream business school, regardless of the number of years of work experience that you have. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fisayo, and on this channel I share my journey as an immigrant, my creative interests, and of course provide grad school guidance. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and definitely like and share this video with your friends. Today I'm going to be answering a question that I am frequently asked. Now people ask me, oh Fisayo, I have less than 3 years work experience, I have less than 4 years work experience, do you think I should apply for an MBA? Will I get in? Will I get fully funded scholarships? Will this happen? Will that happen? I'm here to allay your fears and also provide some form of hope for you. Now the truth is, before I embarked on my MBA journey, I had a cumulative of over 6 years work experience. Because of the last 3 years since I've been abroad, I've seen a number of people get into MBA programs right out of undergrad, right out of college, or with 1 year, 2 years, 3 years work experience. And then I wonder how, so I've done some research and I'm here to bring you all the tea. I would always say that I prefer that you get at least 3 years work experience, because many of the schools want to take in candidates that have solid backgrounds. Now, the MBA program is not essentially an academic program like the masters or like your BSc, right? It's more participatory, it is more experiential, and for you to have those experiential conversations, the class conversations, the class discussions are going to be filled with the experiences of people, and they believe that these experiences can only have been come about through the work that you have done. If you haven't been in certain settings, if you haven't been in certain rooms, if you haven't occupied some type of leadership capacity, then they don't think that you have so much to contribute to the class. And that's why they always prefer that people have at least 3 or 4 years work experience. But there are cases where you have people that come right out of college, right out of undergrad, and then they apply and they get it. So I'm just going to be sharing with you a bit of my research, and I want you to compare that against your profile, what you have currently, and determine for yourself if it's a good step for you to continue to apply, with the level of work experience that you have, or if you should wait and gather some more experience to apply for a future time. I'm going to categorize this conversation into 3 main buckets. I will speak briefly to the first 2, and then the third one I'm going to elaborate the most on. Now the first, guess what it is? Grades. Now you can use your grades to your advantage. I mean grades from your undergrad, what GPA you finished school with, grades for your test scores, whether it's the GRE you wrote, the GMAT, the TOEFL, IELTS, whatever proficiency test that the school requires that you take. What scores did you get? You can use that as a huge leverage to bolster your application. Second one is your actual work experience. Now, in your 1, 2, 3, 4 years of experience, what have you done in the workplace that your preferred school is looking out for? If you're applying for an MBA, I expect you to have done some research on the school or the schools that you're applying to find out exactly what it is that they are looking out for in their preferred candidate, either through talking to students, admissions committee members, or even reading through the website. Do a lot of researching to gather data on what is actually required. Now, if you put that data together and then you look at it vis-a-vis the work that you have done, what can you say, in the course of your professional experience that speaks to what they are actually looking out for in a candidate? It doesn't matter how long you have done that, but make sure you are emphasizing the impact of that work in quantifiable numbers, or rather in quantifiable terms, right? That's putting it in numbers, right? You're able to achieve this, you're able to impact this, you're able to engage this in specific numbers. Putting that out there in your resume, in the application document itself, will help you a great deal to stand out. And the second thing in this light is your awards, accomplishments. Have you gotten some awards, maybe recognized by your CEO, your manager, your peers? What have you done? Is there any time that you have been spotlighted for something, best employee for the week, or most congenial employee, whatever it is that you have been awarded, you can also put that in your application to make you stand out. Now, the third thing is if you have participated in management rotation program, which is moving you through different departments in the org, you can say that you have built a knowledge of different aspects of the business, ranging from finance to sales to marketing, whatever it is. You are more aware of optionality and how it helps you to make decisions. So you can also say that this has helped you to define clear goals for yourself based on your interests. Third and final bucket is your essays. I want you to use the supplementary aspect of your essays to highlight extracurricular activities that you have done in the course of your life. Now, not just in the 1 or 2 or 3 years that you worked, but literally like since you were a child. And I'm going to further needle down these extracurricular activities into 4 different aspects. 1, leadership. What leadership positions have you held over the last couple of years? Whether at work, at where you fellowship, anywhere, what leadership positions have you held? What have you achieved? Being a leader of a group of people. It could be 4 people, 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, 200. What leadership positions have you held and what have you done through that leadership position? The second thing is your creative interests and passions. I wasn't going to leave that out, because that was a huge advantage for me. You need to be able to talk about what things you do outside of work, whether you like to bake or you are into fashion, or you sing, you have performed in an orchestra, or you do sports, you've participated in a tournament locally, internationally, wherever. Like, what are the things that interest you? You should be able to demonstrate how those subtle things that you like in form of hobbies or passions fuel your career goals, have helped you to develop, be a more rounded individual or a more rounded professional. Now, the third one is environmental engagement. What do you do for your community? Are you in a community where you provide some type of sustainable project, or you do some type of work, whether locally with your local government, or you work with like an NGO, or you work with a charity organization, or you do some type of work that involves you tending to the needs of a community? You should do well to put that in your essay. You should do well to talk about it when you are speaking to the AdCom or when you are interviewing. It shows that you are mindful of impact and you want to pay forward the learnings that you have gathered over the course of your professional or education experience, and you want to share that to the younger generation. Now, the fourth point is volunteering, which is closely connected to the third point, but it's different. You can volunteer for a religious organization, you can volunteer at work, you can volunteer online, you can volunteer for different types of foundations. Any type of volunteer work that you have done, whether it's paid or not paid, it's a good opportunity to display it in your applications. Now, putting these 4 things together will help your application stand out and be more robust. Admissions committee members see you, and they don't just see you as a professional, but they see you as a well-rounded person. In the end, it's important for you to be able to articulate confidently how the limited work experience you have, along with these other things I've mentioned, has prepared you for the MBA journey. I'm rooting for you, so don't stop rooting for yourself. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and please use the link in the description to book one-on-one time with me if you want to discuss personally with me. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.